Today's episode is brought to you by Bespoke Marketing. More on that later. And so here's the thing. We're girl dads and we love the whole girl dad thing. We always talk about it. The people on the pod, you hear us talk about it. You know, we talk about it. Girl dads, I'm here for that. What has your daughter done in a house? Like I'll tell you. So just to kind of set this up, I had bought a duplex and I had said my daughter wanted something. So I was like, hey, you help me with this house. I'll give you some money. I'll buy you this. So I had her demoing a house for me. She was literally throwing out like the bathroom nasty stuff. She was just, because she really wanted the bag. You know what I'm saying? I was like, she must really want this money if she's willing to help me clean out a bathroom. She's throwing, like, she had the gloves, so she's throwing stuff into the dumpster, putting stuff away, throwing stuff away. I'm like, don't touch that though. You know what I'm saying? So little things like that. So, I mean, you know, have you had your daughter? I know you have your daughters out working.
I have before, or I may or may not have had to pass one through a window because we got locked out of a property.
What?
And either climb through the window or just, kid's pretty easy to lift up there, or I hate to say toss up there, but get the kid to go through the open window so they can come through and open the door for us. There's no animals there. So
you were breaking in.
You were
breaking into a house.
We were told to go in and look at it, and the person before us had actually shut the door and left the key inside, so we were locked out with permission to be there, but we had to go through the window. It was also left open.
Likely story.
Yes.
Right.
But there was no animals. It wasn't dirty, but I didn't have to pass a kid through a window and like, don't go let daddy in. You know,
so your child was like, oh yeah, of course, I'll break into a house because this is how we.
It's okay. Yeah,
Daddy says it's okay to break into houses.
We're probably gonna go for a milkshake afterwards.
I know. I'm glad we don't. I'm glad kids don't watch this podcast. You know, and so I mean, so it's super cool. And I'm Milton Ali.
I'm Hampton Scurlock.
And we want to welcome you to the Investor Tribe podcast. So, guess what?
You're going to start a demo and construction crew called Milton's Little Laborers, where they tear out anything in the house and throw it away. You caught me off guard with your story there. So
we're hatching that. So look, our daughters have different strengths. Yours, you know, breaking into houses. Mine can tear some stuff down. Okay. So, but no. Today, it's a little different.
It is. We've gone before talking about off-market deals, you know, guerrilla
did.
marketing.
Yep.
And you're very good at that. And you talk about things we talk for, things we do for our daughters, always being there.
Yeah.
I imagine you're the kind of dad that made up lullabies or songs at night.
I did.
Did you? Okay.
So for copyright reasons, I'm not going to sing the song, but I did make a parody of Kung Fu fighting.
Oh.
And yeah. And so my daughter just realized a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that was the song I was singing to her as a little girl.
Did she feel cheated?
She felt like, wow, is this what you've been doing all these years? Nothing is original, Daddy. And so it was pretty cool. So I made songs all the time. And so what I ended up doing is, in order to promote the Investor Tribe and to promote the business that I do, I did a song.
Gotcha. And people can see it. Is the link below? What's it called?
Yeah. So Drew's gonna roll a clip real quick.
I sell real estate, invest the tribe, I'm building that. Life in the river city, best place to raise a family at. Best of the bluegrass, God's country, and that's a fact. The only place in the state where cards are over cats. Of all the places we can talk about, Louisville, Kentucky, we are the front porch of the South.
So the song is Ali's Louisville, and I'll tell you how that came about. So first it had to be a while back. I was thinking through, if I were to write a love letter to the city of Louisville, what would it sound like, or what would it say? And it would say a couple of important things. It would talk about how, I sell real estate as a person who's not from here, but was actually able to do cool things here. I was so excited to talk about not only that I sell real estate, but the tribe of which I'm a part. And the investor tribe is become important to a lot of people. A lot of people have, we're changing people's lives over here in the investor tribe, which I think is, would you ever thought that would happen, like in the short time that we're out here and, helping people and working with people and with us, in the community and doing all of that. I thought I wanted to make sure that we were building something amazing. So I really talk about that, and I also talk about the city of Louisville and how awesome it is. And so one of the things that the name, I'm Milton Ali, and I'm not related to the greatest. And so I make that abundantly clear when people ask me, I'm not related. However, there is a hometown heroes posters that are all around the city of Louisville. Okay. Huge draped on. So if you're not from Louisville, or if you don't live in Louisville, there is hometown hero posters. And so some of the famous people that are from Louisville are Diane Sawyer, Jennifer Lawrence, people that are very, very famous.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali, goodness gracious.
You're great
Muhammad
too.
Ali is from Louisville, and Jack Harlow is from Louisville. And so and some of the cool things that see, Dale Griffith, the basketball player,
the hand surgeons.
Yes, the hand surgeon. My Morning Jacket is from Louisville. So if you're into rock and roll or whatever so they're from Louisville as well. So there's these hometown hero posters that talk about that person's Louisville, this person's Louisville. So the famous person's name, and then Louisville, as if they are possessing it. They are making a possession. There is only a couple of people, and I do know that Muhammad Ali is one of them. Did you know that one of them, Muhammad Ali, is that his poster does not say Muhammad Ali's Louisville. It says Louisville's Ali. Because Louisville took possession of him, as opposed to all the other stars possessing Louisville. And I thought that was an amazing personal touch. I thought that was a personal touch for a city to say, nope, he belongs to us, right? And so what I decided was, I was thinking, well, I'm going to talk about Milton Ali's Louisville from my perspective. And so I just cut it short, and it went from Milton Ali's Louisville to Ali's Louisville. And it is a real estate sales centric, promotional piece of art that is meant to be a piece of art to help a lot of people. So I brought a couple of my friends along and decided to be in the video. You're in a video, man.
Yep,
you're doing rap. Is that your first ever rap video?
That's official and make the Billboard top 1,000 or
I highly that's your first. So I really doubt that it gets any crazy notoriety or anything like that. At the same time, man, it was really a phenomenal love letter to the city. And I talk about reasons to move there. I talk about so many cool things.
Local businesses,
Yes.
companies you do business with, local landmarks. I mean, there's a lot going on in that video.
Oh yeah,
A lot
of
time and
course,
effort went into it.
of course.
Running a small business is hard enough. You should have to be an editor, actor, and brand strategist too. Our friends at Bespoke Marketing can help you look great while you do what you do best. Bespoke Marketing, connections tailor-made.
And so you did your first rap video, which is super amazing, right? You were in the, and we were even, there's a shot of us acting like we're drinking.
Yes, it was apple juice or water.
I think it was water, so it was acting like we were drinking. And
sure it was. You were slammed on set, weren't you?
So no, it's not it's not that kind of, it wasn't that kind of music video. It was it was very chill and professional, and so not a hype man. And you know what? So just to speak to what would be traditional, I'm not even traditional, making a hip hop song. But one of the cool things is that I wanted to express who I was and how I view Louisville as a place of opportunity, as a place of beauty, as a place of wonderful, as a place where people not from Louisville can make Louisville their home. 15% of all people, of all home sales are from out of state. And so that was one of the things that I wanted to make sure that people understood about it. When I show people the video, it's part of my campaigns. It's part of how I approach and tell people. Also, the cool thing about it is I work with people that know, like, and trust me. And they're going to learn a lot about who I am in the video. They're going to learn how I operate in the faith, how I, there's a clip in the video where my wife and I was on WHAS News being interviewed, WHAS 11 being interviewed for serving the community.
And the church too, right?
Yeah, and we're very dedicated to our local church. Shout out Louisville Church of Christ. And so that I shout that out in the song too, because that's all in identity and authenticity. So it's so important, man, that I live this authentic life. And so what you're going to get in the business is what you're going to get in my personal life. So it's not going to be this. There's a little bit of distinction and some division there, but for the most part, if like and trust me, then you're going to work with me and you're going to know who I am, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, I wouldn't mind working with the guy who made a whole song about Louisville, right? Or that's not my cup of tea, so I'm gonna move on. And that's fine, because there's 5,500 real estate agents in the Louisville, Kentucky area. And I'm probably the only one that drops a song. I'm probably the only one that's out here rapping.
Yeah, not too many I know have podcasts or doing.
Well, there's that, right? There is that. And so, how was your experience being in your first rap video?
Well, I kind of want to do this bit. So if you could ask me that question again, I got
no. Oh my gosh. So this is now becoming way more part. This is way more part of the pod.
You're gonna like this.
This is
question again.
So do we have, Drew? Do we have a flag that's on the play? Can we do that? Can we just throw a flag out? Okay. So how was your experience in your first rap video?
What?
Okay.
No.
So
okay.
Yeah, that's.
And then, do you think I did a good job of that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's also my.
And so that probably peaked.
That
probably peaked on Mike too.
It's
so
how blown out it is.
Yeah, it's probably really blown out. So we'll cut that out.
Okay.
But
I've been wanting to say that for so long. That's what? Yeah.
Okay. So that did come out 21 years ago. So there you go. Still relevant today. Evergreen. And so how was your experience in your first rap video? Did you ever think you would be in a hip hop video?
I dreamed about it. Let me just put it that way. It turned out great. It was a lot of fun. So I don't know if you know this or not, but we do karaoke after some of the Cree meetings. We call it
That's right. Yeah,
karaoke.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's
I've
right.
got
That's right.
A lot of the 80s and 90s rap songs memorized.
See,
And so
I
I
love
can
it.
just
Love it.
flow and let
Love
go.
it. Love it.
And going back to the
Love
lullaby
it.
thing, a lot of my lullabies to the kids were rap songs just slowed down.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
including
gosh.
DJ Rob Bass, Easy Rock, even some NWA. We had to mix up, change some words out there to make it more kid friendly. But yeah, no, my oldest fell asleep to Ice Ice Baby, a cappella, very slow, several times.
All right, stop.
That explains a lot.
Listen. this is no, this is not what we're gonna do. And so,
Drew can really sing, so he probably did this a whole lot better than me.
So so it's super cool to be able to do that and to have a lot of fun. And so what I guess what we want to do is I'm going to shout out a couple of people that were in the video. So the video was directed by myself and Fred Lee Reynolds, who is a great photographer and an awesome videographer here in the city. Phenomenal, just phenomenal overall. It's done my commercials. He's done a lot of work around the city. Shout out to Borders and Borders where we were able to do our thing, and also Turnkey Title. And the cool thing about Turnkey Title is that, did you know that they are one of the few minority-owned title companies in the state?
Yep, Rochelle, and yes.
Yep, Rochelle, Todd, shout out to them. Love them to death. And also, we were able to meet at a couple other places, which was super cool. We were able to, we ended up going to Falafel Oasis on Broadway.
Right. You had Lady J's.
Yeah, Lady J's, which is a super great brand. So Lady J, shout out to them. And we had an alcohol beverage. We had West End Gin featured, and so that was super cool.
We didn't get to drink any of it, but it was there.
No, we didn't drink any. So that's but it was super cool to just be able to have a lot of people that were featured, and I had a professional model that was featured, and so it was just so many cool people that were able to join.
A loan officer guest. It's also a podcast.
Yes, he was on the pod. Yeah, John Rickard. Shout out to John Rickard. I'm sure he was just kind of just thinking like, what is going on here, right? And Sharon Bell with Bellman Realty, and she is a prominent real estate agent in the area, so that was super fun. So just to kind of have them, and so it was a blast, man.
So you planning on doing a B-side or another song, dropping another song anytime soon?
And so the short answer is yes.
Okay.
I will be doing this, and so I do have several things that are going to be in the pipeline as far as creativity. I think that's where a lot of this comes down to, is just being creative and being really great about just promoting the city. Like I said, 15% of home sales are from people that are not from here, like myself. And so, but being here for almost 20 years, I call Louisville home. And a lot of people call Louisville home. There's a lot of people that are not from here that are doing some phenomenal things, and I want to be one of those guys. Buying a home, get one less thing to worry about. Reach out to the good people at Liberty Mutual. You can go to their website. The link is below, or you can call 1-800-266-0644 and mention Milton Ali, and you can give them a code KY444689 for your free quote today.
So with the music video, you see the finished product. But a lot like TV shows, podcasts, things, a lot of editing goes in. You had to go to different sites. You shoot different lenses, different outfit changes.
Yes.
Editing. Maybe or not. You made a mistake. Singing or you off tune. Or not that you'd ever do that, but
no, never.
But how long does something like that take to put together?
And so so this is where I think Fred Lee Reynolds comes into play. I think, he owns Part 5 Media, and they're super great people that really work to really make the vision come together. He first heard the song He heard the song back in 2024, early 2024. I had an early recording that I did at home because I record a lot of my scratch vocals at home, and then I took the finished product over to the Louisville recording company. Phil Bright, who owns Louisville Recording Company, he's recorded several of my albums, in the past, and so he's super great. And they believed in me enough to want to help me bring that vision to life. And so when I spoke with him, he had ideas. I had ideas. Every shot was literally I would say mostly 70% to 75% of every shot was my imagination. And I think Fred Lee was able to bring all of that to life and help rein me in on, hey, this is practical, this is impractical, this is where I think it needs to look, this is the vision. And so a lot of the professionalism of that was due to his input in bringing that vision to life. So shout out, I can't give him enough credit. It was absolutely amazing. And he even, he said, okay, well, if we're going to shoot at this location, this is how it needs to look. If we're going to shoot at that location, this is how it needs to look. And it was super cool to be able to work with all the different types of creatives, all the people. And then when I started telling people about it, they were like super excited, like just to see Harry Borders, who I don't think he listens to any of that, but to just see him behind it and to see him be excited and just said, and him and John Borders wanting to be a part of it. And I just thought that was special to me.
And they do a lot, for the community. They do a lot of closings.
They do, yeah,
for the community and free closings for different charities. They help, people and different individuals get into homes, and the Habitat for Humanity. I think they've done all their closings. Mr. Borders been doing all their closings for years, free of charge.
Yeah.
So, and they don't promote that or tout that or toot their own horn, but they give a lot back, to the community. They've been a family-owned business, been around since the 70s, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and so when you're thinking about that heritage of the real estate community, it was really amazing to see that come together with different people, and to see where I literally met a person who, that was in the music video, and then we were out in public and like, hey, we're shooting a music video, want to be in? They were like, yeah, so
you had a professional model.
I did.
Too, yes.
I did.
Not
I did.
Myself. Those days were, beyond, years past.
Oh mercy. Oh mercy. And so, but it was super cool to just be able to have all kinds of people that were a part of this project to really make it come together. And and I wanted to shout out some of the local businesses. Like, they didn't not reach out to me. I reached out to them. So it wasn't like it wasn't a paid promotion or, stuff like that. So those products, these local, some of those local people, that I shouted them out, that was just, one was an idea that somebody had gave me. Shout out to Rochelle Bond, who just kind of gave me the idea of mentioning one of the brands. And then I thought about, how do I, what are some things that I really love, right? Being from Detroit, it was just, I eat a lot of Mediterranean food. So it was just like, I love places like Shiraz and Falafel Oasis, and I go there often. So, so it was so cool because I sent it over to the owner. I spoke with the owner at Falafel Oasis, and he was super cool. He was just like, yeah, go ahead. We wasn't there for too long. We wasn't disrespectful or anything like that. So it was just, so it was overall just a phenomenal experience, man. I mean, just working with all these people, working with, doing all the cool things. And so but I love the music, and just to see all that come together was phenomenal.
We don't have our wheel of misfortune, or they out here yet. But one of the things we talked about putting on it was, we spin the wheel. Maybe you'll have to rap battle with another Detroit great.
That will never happen, because that is not what I do. But so and that's another thing too. It's just like I'm respectful of the culture, And so just to, because a lot of people just think, they make assumptions, and that's cool. I'm respectful of the culture, and I really do profess a high degree or a level of skill that I really wanted to communicate and execute. So I do bring bars, so just to be abundantly clear, I really rap. And so that at the same time, it's, when I put things out, is meant to, express two things. Mainly, one is my faith, and the other one is buy some real estate with me. So it's kind of like that, and one day you're going to hear one, and then one day you're going to hear the other. And so it's pretty cool.
And I know you're appreciative. We've talked. You got appreciation, for the art too, and you've been a fan of rap for a long time. We talked about some of the old days, a lot of the 80s and 90s, the classic rap.
Yes, of course, of course, yeah, of course.
So you're a fan, but you're also an artist, and you give it your own spin for for this song, maybe for the next song as well, which we can interesting to see when that comes out. What that
I think we can. It's cool when you have a podcast. You can kind of talk about those things.
Self promotion.
Clearly, shameless self promotion, and so we love that. So no, but I do have another song that's coming out real soon, and it's super cool. It's in a totally different kind of, because it was one that was a little bit, laid back. The way I view Louisville is a laid back place where you can come and raise a family. And so it is absolutely a phenomenal place for you to move. And it's a great place for you to start a business. It's a phenomenal place for you to, for opportunity for you to move. So all the people that are watching, we have people that watch. We're based out of Louisville, Kentucky, but we do have people that watch our pod from all over
the world.
We got California. So shout out to California. Shout out to, people in Texas that watch, Indiana, people that watch us in Indiana. And so, it's pretty cool to be able to touch a lot of different people and have impact across the states and all over. And so, I love the fact that we're able to do this and we're able to help people, and I'm able to express myself through the art. And you were able to hang out with me and, be there. And you wore a t-shirt, which was so cool because I say a line that West End is the best end. Right.
And I got the t-shirt.
And you got the t-shirt, right? And so it's just real super cool to be able to shout out to that part of town as well. And just to be able to, so I will be engaging more local businesses, more love letters to Louisville, speaking to how that is like, we are a place where you can come and you can live here and you can really make, if you can be from anywhere, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
And if you're going to build, or if you're going to buy a house that needs work, we got local family-owned businesses like Benthal Brothers. They've been around since 1943. So when you need, exterior products, doors, windows, garage doors, siding, they've got everything you possibly need. They do deliveries. They've got 5 locations in and around Louisville and Kentuckiana. If you want the job done right, visit Benthal Bros, BENTHALL Bros, BROS.com, and see why the pros choose Benthal Bros.
What I wanted to do was, while we're here on the podcast, just want to shout out a lot of our socials. And right now you can find us on every Wednesday at 1 p.m. You can find us every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Go to INB Tribe on YouTube. Go to INB Tribe on Instagram. Go to INB Tribe on X. Go to INB Tribe on Facebook. And you can find us also on Facebook and the Louisville Investor. You can join our Facebook group, learn about deals, learn about so much that to help you grow. Or if you want to begin your journey, then you can take a Flip Savvy course that's available, that's given through the tribe. And you can look us up on our Facebook groups and different things where you can learn about our local meetups as well. And if you want to start a meetup, reach out to us and we'll help you get set up.
Yeah, a lot of good information. Love the music video. Very creative, very catchy. So it's be stuck in my head. That, and when you said we love our California California Love stuck in my head now too. So
That's right.
We can't sing it, for we don't want to get in trouble, but yeah, now that song stuck in my head. But
no, that's super cool. And so Ollie's Louisville is the name of the song. So you can find Ollie's Louisville anywhere you listen to music. So my mom, because shout out to my mom, because she was like, well, can I find it on Pandora? I haven't heard of Pandora in years. I didn't even know they were still a thing, right? So she was like, can I find it on Pandora? I was like, yes, Mom, you can find it on Pandora. And so it's on Pandora. It is on all the music streaming services. You can actually find it on YouTube, and you can look up Ollie's Louisville. Now, to be clear, my name is Milton T. Ollie. So when you search for it, the artist name is Milton T. Ollie, and the song is Ollie's '*S, ALI''S, Louisville. So it's so important to when you look it up, because if you look on YouTube, you'll find everything under the sun. But when you go to Apple Music, if you were to go to Spotify, if you were to go to all of the other, however you stream music, you can find Ollie's Louisville on that platform. And I want to thank so many people, because it's got thousands of views already on Facebook.
And if they're just so inspired by it and they want to move to Louisville, they can contact you because you're a realtor.
Yes, they can. They can go to
other investment properties here as well.
That's right, and you can connect with the tribe. So one of the things that I do mention in the song is OllieSellsLouisville.com. That is OllieSellsLouisville.com. You can go there and you can look up houses. So if you're looking to move here, so that song definitely promotes the city of Louisville, but it also promotes me as a real estate agent. So it's kind of cool. And you get to learn most of what you get a good impression of who I am by watching the video. So, and that was another reason too, because if you're thinking, okay, well, we don't want a rapper representing it. Okay, that's great. There's 5,499 other real estate agents that don't rap like me, that don't have the skills, because I tell people this, it's kind of interesting. I'm not the best real estate agent in the world, right? I don't view myself as the best. I'm not the best real estate agent in the world. I'm not the best rapper in the world. So I don't view myself as that, but I'm probably the best real estate and rapper combination that So there you have it.
And you put that together, you got a real rapper, a realtor rapper.
Okay, so we're gonna,
so
we have flags on the play. No, it's all good. We have a lot of fun here, and so we want to, so I do really want to thank everybody that was a part of it, and all the local businesses, and Drew. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna close out the pod actually watching the video, and so this is Milton Ali.
I'm Hampton Skurlock,
and we'll catch you on the flip side of the Investor Tribe.
Milton, it's so nice to meet you.
It is, oh man, it's a pleasure to finally see you in person.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Louisville.
Thank you.
Black Coffee. Now, I've heard back and forth from you guys that the stay has been absolutely amazing so far.
Oh, it's been wonderful. Louisville is a beautiful place, and I've actually got to go and visit a few places, but could you tell me a little bit more about Louisville?
Real estate, invest a tribe, I'm building that. Life in the River City, best place to raise a family at. Best of the bluegrass, God's country, and that's a fact. the only place in the state where cards are over cats. Of all the places we can talk about, Louisville, Kentucky, we are the front porch of the South. We're home to many stars, Jack Jennifer and the greatest at Turkey Title, West End Gin for celebrations, flavor like Lady J's. Go to Falafel Oasis, affordable living, there's money here for the making. While 4th Street is live, 4th and Opie, my corner, West End's the best end. Shout out to California, from Goshen to Germantown, Bardstown to Broadway. A member of our team can help you find your dream home. Give us a call, give us a try. AliSellsLouisville.com. See what a million buys here in Louisville. After Derby, count your winnings, praise the Lord. Louisville's filled with homes you can't afford. Moving to Louisville, I can give you many reasons. First one's the weather, you can get off for seasons. Half an hour to anywhere, traffic isn't bad. You wanna start a business, you don't need that much cash. Even if you ain't from here, you can get it yourself. Start a business, find yourself some good help. If it's benevolence you seek, all communities need healing. We serve a local church, a loving home for foster children. Louisville's a city, our family made our first million. Density's high in this great for Empire building. Man, I'm saying, vacation here, the Bourbon Trails got you chilling. You hustle here, your retail can make a killing. To look at homes, we can do virtual or real tour. Ask Borders and Borders, who's the best realtor?
The Investor Tribe podcast is brought to you by The Investor Tribe, all rights reserved, featuring Hampton Skurlock and Milton Aldi, executive producer Drew Cookenmaster, produced and distributed by